Hello, I am Fable and this is Sprite Alchemy and I'm doing sketchbook tours. This is one of my very first ones from like when I was a kid, before I started like really dating things. Yeah. This is Liberty. Right now she's named 90, but she's like a cyborg wolf shifter. It's My Little Pony fan art. Creepypasta fan art. These are OCs. That looks Homestuck inspired. It's a dancer of some sort. Castle Crasher fan art. There is no consistency on what way I drew these on. That's pretty. I like the colors on that. Kind of Castle Crasher fan art. Inspired. It's, early reference of Red Jane before I got more of a concept for her character down. Soup, maybe? I have no idea. That pretty flower. I do like the shading on that one. Maybe an original creature? Maybe Zigzagoon. I can't tell. That is a Pokemon. I think this is supposed to be like an accessory? That's kind of cute. More Castle Crasher fan art. Okay. And that is all that is in the actual sketchbook. So, here is another pile of pictures from around that time. Start with an original character called, or an OC called Alan. They're like a dragon. They're part of like a set of like 4 of them that were like anime inspired. This is a Naga. It's attempt at creating a Pokemon. It's like a ghost cat yarn thing. I kind of like that. It's attempting to draw things. This looks like trying to pick what hair I wanted. This was technically an old Marvel OC. They had like wings outspread from the back, and then they'd like use guns as their weapons. This was an OC from Satan Me, a webcomic, where it's like they were like a demon that was like walking on Earth. A cool dinosaur. More Pokemon fan art. This was my team at the time. More Pokemon fan art. Creepypasta fan art. This was a character I guess I shipped with Masky. They were like a fire person. They would later become the older sister of a new fire person who also kind of looks like Masky but is different. It's self-portrait, and this is a like a zombie reaper person that's also cat inspired, they would become the, like, element of void eventually. This is a character reference for the fire person. I guess her name is Ginny. Yeah, Death Cat. Yeah, this guy, his name is Wonder right now, but he turns into Trav, who is basically the same, except he's, like, more goat leaning now. I have no idea who that is. Random adventurer person. That is Santa Claus with a gun. I like that. That's pretty cool. I think I was working on, like, maybe game sprites or something, and, like, that is pretty cool. I like that. The rest of this, I'm not really sure. I think that looks like that might turn into Lolly, but I'm not quite sure. These are some OCs. I think this is the same angel person as before. But, like, redesigned. This is, like, he's a genie, I guess, right now. But he will eventually turn into Aureus Luxford, the Shadow Demon. And I have no idea who she is. That might be Red Jane, back when she was an actual siren. I'm not sure. Cool cap thing. I like the swirls. This is a Lyrican. They're like... They are... When someone dies, their soul, like, leaves their body, and to make that soul, like, have safe travels to where it's going, people will put, like, cloths over the departed, and those cloths will, or the souls will inhabit those cloths, and they become the Lyrican, and then they'll, like, float to their destination. Pokemon fan art. I guess his name was Darktree. And Strawberry. This is a mermaid OC called Opal O'Toole. And I guess she's, like, hanging out on a rock, and I didn't feel like drawing a face. My Little Pony fan art. I think this is specifically, like, an OC for My Little Pony, like, review show. And it's fan art for that like, YouTube show. Cute little spider maid. Also a spider person. Maybe the same spider person. This looks nerd or Divergent inspired. LPS, I think, is inspired by that. Or that inspired by. I think this was for school. And we were doing, like, the Oregon Trail. And or this is... I'm not really sure. I think that's my only guess. The cats on the, like, on the corner makes me think this had something to do with a, like, Warrior Cats-esque series I was drawing at one point. But I'm not sure. I think this is supposed to be a human version of C-Dot. This is Pokemon combinations, or like this is supposed to be like a Ralts with a Litwick, if they were like combined. More of the Death Cat character. Like a devil person. I'm not really sure who you are. Oh, wait, okay, so there's different color rings. That actually, I think, has something to do with Alan. Because they were, like, also... They were element metal dragons, and they had, like, corresponding power rings. And then this person would have, like, their powers from the dragons that they'd summoned. Colored line art practice. Attempts to draw Red Jane as more of a pirate. This was for a second when I found, like, or I was trying to get more into, like, clothing design instead of, like, fully character drawing. Oh, this is the Mushroom Queen. Or, like, Mushroom King? No, it's Mushroom Queen, and then her, like, partner is the, like, Volcano Emperor. And they're, like, lesbians, and it's cute. Yeah. That is all of the, like, prologue sketchbooks, and then we'll be starting on the, like, actual dated sketchbooks when I, like, started making a series. Thank you for watching.